that out to a full season, they'd be 14-2. And anyone in the NFL today would sign up for that.
The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. And here's a look at their leader, standing 6'4".
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw one touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
You know, Charles, for this defense, look, it's no secret. You're facing a team that is really, really struggling. They haven't won in what seems like forever, but sometimes a desperate team can be a dangerous team, right?
You're exactly right about that, but they shouldn't be. When they're on that type of a losing streak, it's incumbent upon you to take charge of this game early and not give them any reason to hope. Get out the tackle and make sure you knock them back on their butts.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
The first drive here and the first time that we've called a big tight end's name, but I can assure you this, Charles, it won't be the last.
No, it won't, because when he gets going, now it opens up opportunities up.
There he goes, right side. Still going inside the 20. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A big play there. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. Another good carry there for the NFL's second leading rusher. And we've talked on air, off air about his MVP candidacy. Make a case for him.
Well, I'm just going to tell you point blank, it doesn't matter whether he's first or second or even third in the league in rushing yardage. That's not the main deal. It's how he gets those yards and the impact he has on his ball club.
The numbers on the ground for Henry last week. There isn't a coach alive who wouldn't like those numbers. Well over 100 yards and a touchdown, too.
Partner, I think all the coaches who are in that great coaching box in the sky would take those numbers.
So dead or alive?
Either way, they would take that kind of production.
Look at this defense. They interplay well from the bottom. Number 31 in the league, Charles, against the run.
Stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out. Being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people, put them on the ground.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 43. Back to throw. Count away. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
It's second and inches at the Bucs 34-yard line.
This is Henry. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 4 yards the pickup, first down. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big...
And Henry's hit. He lost the football. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. He's now lost fumbles in back-to-back weeks, and, of course, you remember last week's game, such a...
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose, and is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the the 10. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down. Zero hesitation that time. That was get ball, throw ball.
Yeah, turn into a smoke route. If you see the coverage off the receiver, doesn't matter whether you call it a run or not. Just take the ball, get it out to him.
Seven Pirates.
Throwing on first down. Callaway being chased out left. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
Back to the air on second down. Callaway. And that one too wide and incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on third down.
This offense was on the move. Now two straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. A toss left. Henry. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. They went backwards 5 yards there on third down to break up 4th. And his kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their second drive. As we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get Stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
Yellow, line, check, pink.
Now Ridley. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
When you look at this defense,
They are number against the run right now, Charles.
They've established themselves pretty well throughout this season, but boy, what a competitive group of people. They do not like that ranking they have now because they think that they're better, and they're out to prove it again in this game.
Out of the gun now on third down. Throw right side, caught by Ridley. And almost, but not quite. Needed 10, he got 9. 4th down. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Fielded just inside the 20. It'll be a 10-yard return following a punt of 45. Come the offense as they take over. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there.
And you can see by the X next to their name, they have clinched the NFC East already. For the moment, though, they would host.
That's caught inside the 20. A huge play there for Chicago. 57 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Henry. Now the ball comes loose, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Now, meanwhile, after the dust settles on the fumble, we've got an injured player here as well. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. They'll start with the option.
And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
brings up 2nd and 11 at the 15-yard line.
After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Second quarter now in Tampa Bay. It's the Buccaneers in control of the football.
Here we go. Here we
Second
go.
and 11 now, as they've got it as we resume action.
Ready.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Hughes. Still going inside the 20. And in for the Buccaneers, touchdown. A great effort there.
Here we go. Crack ball leading.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 46 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Now that's how you start to get back in the good graces of your head coach. Remember, he fumbled on the last possession. How about the faith they showed him, giving him the ball again, and he repaid them, picking up a first down.
Cougar 19. Unlock life. Unlock.
They keep it with Henry on first down. And he's got some space here. Down the left sideline. And did he get in? No, down at the 1-yard line. It's a big run that time by Henry. 59 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on first and goal. Henry, no signal, and now they say he did not get in. He is stonewalled at the 1. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. The second down play now. Just a gain of 1 there.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone, trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
Here's Henry. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. That'll make it fourth down after a loss of 1.
With the way things have gone in this game, I think they've got to consider going for it here. I realize it's just the second quarter, so they're not panicking, but they need something to give them positive momentum to get things going.
Can this defense hold them out? Here we go now. Fourth and goal from the 2.
19 right.
Operating from the gun. Callaway. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They try to throw on fourth and goal from the 2, and the Bucs defense, they'll celebrate the goal line stand. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on fourth down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, you and I have both been to practices where we've seen, hey, third down situation, big third down alert, lock in here, fourth down play, make sure you're focused just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be second and 6.
On the double.
They'll set up a throw. Throw left side complete. That's Hughes. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A gain there of 30 big ones.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Ready.
Much more room to operate under after the big play. Here's first and 10.
Quick, yellow, blue, check.
They'll run with Ridley. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
From the 38 now, here comes 2nd and 8.
They'll drop to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down.
Ready?
They'll look to throw. And his throw here is incomplete.
Right up to that point, I was about to say he's had a pretty good half catching the football, but let's just be honest about it. He should have caught that one.
And he knows that. That was one right in his breadbasket and one he normally catches.
2nd and 10.
They'll look to throw again. This one caught by Ridley. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The Bucs passing game looking good on this drive. It's a first down.
And when you're throwing the ball downfield really well like they have been on this drive, it's really a nice time to work one of the screen plays in. One of my favorite play callers in the game has always told me he starts every game with 10 to 12 screens, because if he starts feeling the pressure from the defense, he uses their aggressiveness against them.
And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Let's go.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And he gets this one to Ridley, complete. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1.
This is 2nd and 8.
Back to throw again. Touchdown! A 14-yard touchdown. And the Bucs go 98 yards and finish it off in the end zone. So 3 drives, 3 touchdowns, and they're a PAT from going up 21-3.
And there's no doubt in my mind, you're liking what you're seeing so far, aren't you?
It's been unbelievable. Like a well-oiled machine, if you will.
What's really tough, though, that defense, they're leaping the shadows at this point. They don't know which way to go. They're being hit in every direction, and they have no answers thus far.
The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. And it's 21-3. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it's all finished off with a touchdown by Tampa Bay. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air.
Fair catch going to be taken, and this will be moved out to the 25. This offense back to work now late in this first half. And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive.
Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10. And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. On 1st and 10, Callaway. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Touchdown, Chicago. A great play there. 75 yards.
And the Tigers get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big stroke like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
One more drive here for the Buccaneer offense in this first half. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room.
Let's go now.
Final 24 seconds of the first half as they come up here 1st and 10.
Set.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Correct one.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
And this time they'll just keep this on the ground. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. So we've hit halftime here in Tampa with the Bucs out in front. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home.
Well, we're in the latter stages of this season. Everybody's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready for the third quarter.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter.
And the fair catch signaled for and taken, so they'll begin this third quarter from their 25-yard line. This offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. By no means certainly are they out of this contest. 2-score game start of the third quarter, but you feel like if they don't get points and then they give up points, then it can become a slippery slope. This feels like an important possession.
Yeah, and that slope becomes even more slick if you come away empty-handed on this drive, because then you give them a chance to extend their lead. You need some kind of points here, even if it's just a field goal. It's what I call one of those calming drives, try and slow things down a little bit.
That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. Well, they try to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
Even against double coverage, he's got enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. 2 guys on it, yet he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line.
110 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
And the slot man goes in motion left. Again, it's Henry. There he goes left side.
Inside the 10.
Touchdown, Chicago. A big play there with another touchdown, number 24 on the year.
And the Tigers are back within a score.
Sometimes running plays hit or break so fast, there's no reaction time from the secondary. So I've got to give credit to the offensive line for creating that hole so suddenly. And how decisive was he to take that cut and just go? No one downfield there to stop him.
Now Mike Vrabel going to tell the offense to go for 2 here.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
They'll try and run it in with Henry. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. And if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
Come on, set. Set, huh?
They'll start on the ground here on first down.
And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, second down.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Fight 60. Ready.
Here's 2nd and 8. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you got a battle on your hands.
And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the 3rd downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the 3rd quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. The Chicago offense set to get started. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
2nd down and a yard.
Cowboy 80.
Off the play fake. Callaway. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. Brings up 3rd down. Close there. He caught it. Just wasn't able to stay in bounds.
And that's where the sideline, it was used as a 12th defender. You know, 11's legal. This one is an imaginary one that my college coach used to call Sammy Sideline. Sammy Sideline can protect you at times, and in this case, that's exactly what he did for the defenders. A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Looking to throw. Callaway. They set up the screen for Henry. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
He's had success running the football. This is more or less an extension of that because they drop it over to him on the screen. And I bet he's thinking to himself, if I didn't have to slow up a bit here in traffic, I could have really made something out of that one.
Now they'll change things up. And the busy night for Henry continues. And this won't be enough. Stopped a yard short after a gain of 3. 4th down.
So many things go into making a good play on defense. In this situation, just not being blown out of the way was a big start, and then a nice tackle to finish things off.
They failed once in this spot earlier, but the offense will stay out to go for it on 4th down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th.
So the fourth down conversion has him inside the 40 now, 1st and 10.
19 Charger, 19 Charger.
Running from the gun with Henry.
And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. 199 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. Back now in Tampa, as we are just about set to go here in quarter number 4. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Check, check, go.
And he'll wind up losing yardage here, back at the 21-yard line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Henry up the middle, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 3rd down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and make sure nothing could get to the outside, but he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll only get this to the 14 as he'll come up well short of the 1st down. So 8 yards on the completion there, and that's going to make it 4th down. That catch for his career is number 589, so 11 away from 600, but it also right now ties him with Hall of Famer Fred Biletnikoff.
And we remember Fred Biletnikoff well because of the way he went about his business in catching the football. And we're seeing something similar here. Someone who runs precise routes, has excellent hands, and knows how to get the ball to the end zone.
Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it with Henry. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Tigers are an extra point away from going back on top here in the 4th. A very important extra point there, up and good. And they have taken the lead here in this 4th quarter. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. A lane opens here. He's past the 30. And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. With the Bucs offense making their way back out on the field, let's take a look at the playoff picture, Charles, coming into the weekend in the NFC. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
And they'll begin by running the option.
6 yards there on the keeper. It's 2nd down.
Oh, man, that wasn't far from breaking in a big way into the secondary. Read option, quarterback kept it. And while he didn't get a 1st down, he did get a nice chunk of yardage. Only a nice tackle prevented it from maybe going all the way.
This is Ridley. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
Well, you know they had a 3rd down play on standby just in case, but he says no need with that carry. Runs like that will continually earn him more work in this and future contests.
In trouble, and he's taken down. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down.
Now, how about that? Defensive coordinator perfectly in sync, dials up a blitz, and the man in the middle, he's the one who gets home.
Big Mike.
Big Mike.
And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
Ready?
They'll look to throw here. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. They'll try and choose some clock with Henry. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 217 yards rushing for him now in this one as he is closing in on 1,800 yards for the year. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. Inside handoff, Henry. And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave him with just one remaining in this 4th quarter. Here is 3rd and 5. Operating from the gun. Callaway escaping the pressure right. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. And they take a knee. On 2nd down, here's Henry. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college, and how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time, ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
Well, that second half, Charles, a little bit different from the first. Not only did we have the lead change after intermission, but they were able to pitch the shutout in the second half and get an impressive victory.
And what's the old expression? That's not quite how I saw it playing out in my head. You know they didn't expect this at all. As you mentioned, went into the half with the lead. Losing the game is one thing. Getting shut out in the second half, that's a surprise.
So for Chicago, they continue to rack up the victories as this one moves them to 13-2 on the year.
And they'll get another road date next week when they take on Washington.
Meanwhile, for the Bucs, it just keeps getting worse as they're going to fall to 1-4.